Not for Broadcast is a full-motion video-based game where you play a trainee video editor and you just have to try
not fuck things up. Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit bastard.
Bollocks.
There's a signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, las bolitas. Posh twats.
Fucking microphone
Bastard.
In this miserable fucking cave.
For 5 fucking seconds.
Pissed off, you little...
Such fucking dreams.
What is that pest?
Yeah, all of that is basically not for Broadcast. Hello, I'm Stephen Dorton and this is Chasing XP. If you like what you're seeing here, then hit the thumbs up button and why not subscribe. Full motion video games are terrible. A fad of the 90s, they offered little gameplay, cheap backdrops and second-rate actors who couldn't create a scene if they had a tantrum in a shopping mall. They are best summed up by Mark Hamill in Wing Commander 3.
Evaluation. Total loss.
Full motion video games largely died along with punctuality, fax machines, and MC Hammer's parachute pants. Your chances of making a good one are about as likely as this motorbike avoiding this crash. Holy shit! So, when Not for Broadcast landed on my desk, I was less than excited. But Not for Broadcast is that motorcycle. It's a great game.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Look, it's not that hard. Choose the angles, roll the ads and bleep the swears, but as the tutorial warns you, just keep in mind that how you show these people will change their lives. And maybe yours. The controls are simple enough and you are introduced to them well in the first level or broadcast, and the game is actually completely outstanding. You begin over a year in the job at the start of a new government taking power after an election, and one of your first edits is a statement from the winning party leaders.
But you, the people, you saw right through their shit.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrating pints. Makes me coarser than a granny's fanny.
Things become more sinister and your choices are more subtle as the game advances. For example, having picked up the skill of editing out swear words over a couple of broadcasts, you were then instructed by the station boss to bleep out overly critical statements of the government as well. So when a faux gangster rapper who spends the entire interview with you lying and talking garbage takes the stage for an unrehearsed song that criticises the government, what do you do?
Recently, you've been quite outspoken about the government.
Yeah, fuck the government. Fuck Advance. Fuck Peter Clement.
Do you edit out the swearing and the criticism? Or do you allow it and make this prick a hero? Or perhaps allowing it will get this prick arrested? The choice is yours.
As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy.
Not for Broadcast consistently puts you in these subtle positions, asking, will you cooperate to keep your job and provide for your family? Or will you undermine this new regime? How far will you go in facilitating the coming police state before you feel obliged to do something? Your choices play out in text-based updates about family life between broadcasts, and whilst those choices do nag at your subconscious, I don't much care about the family updates. I just want to get to the next broadcast. That's how good they are. There is so much going on, it's glorious. Not only are the jokes puerile, in that we have to deal with the leader of a multinational company called Remington's Fist, and at one point interview an ex-con called Titwank Tony, who unleashes everything on a live interview we might have secretly wished to happen in our head.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Hey! Chris. And Vampire Chris. Little Chris. And Vampire Chris.
I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, las bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back.
But the story and the presentation of each item is delightfully observed as well. We have to manage a god-awful teenage drama presentation about bullying.
Maths is for losers. What? Maths is for losers. My arm stuck. Just keep going for fuck's sake. Right, just keep going. Maths is for losers.
A bizarre new sport that has an imaginary round that is invaded by streaking nude protesters.
I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters. Hopefully we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match.
And a new TV show for kids about farm animals boofing. One of those inexplicable Lotharios that seem to do and offer nothing, and yet are nationally famous, lying in his bed hosting a quiz about himself. And so many more wonderful characters that offer delicious comment on modern society. It is glorious choosing what to do with them. Do you deliver the clean edit you are supposed to? Or do you broadcast the rants that are supposed to be off-screen? Do you present the message these terribly self-righteous people want you to deliver? Or do you show the tired eye rolls of the individuals forced to share an interview with them? Do you cut the adverts short to expose your lead anchor, slagging off his guests when he's returning to interview them in a moment, or not? There are lots of choices here, and all of them are recorded in your edit that went out to the nation and you can rewatch at any time. Not for Broadcast isn't without some small problems though. I did have occasional crashes and had to restart levels, and a failure at any level through a loss of viewers means that you are sacked and have to restart the level again. This can be a bit tedious because we're running a show here and there are often lengthy things to repeat. But these issues were very infrequent and are enormously outweighed by the sheer fun that Not For Broadcast consistently delivers. It is still in early access, and I know that some people like to leave early access games alone until they've launched, but you really shouldn't here. It's entirely worth every penny, even as it is, despite there being more updates in the pipeline. One such update was just released, made during lockdown of the last 18 months, which clearly didn't hamper their style or commitment one bit, as they simply introduced an hilarious lockdown of their own in the game, developing a storyline about dangerous teddies that come alive and hunt down people, requiring society to hide in their homes. All this allowed a sorts of observed fun about lockdown, people wearing pants only on the bottom half, fake backdrops and people pretending to be outside, people caught eating lunch and not ready for the camera to be on them, and people forgetting to switch it off and continuing to say things. The death teddies eventually invade the studio and will become another difficulty to deal with, as does a passing storm that electrifies some of the buttons, making them unusual. The game winds up the chaos continuously with each broadcast, and I assure you, you will not stop laughing whilst you're doing it. I tell you, this is the best full motion video game I have ever seen. And it's one of the best games of any type I've played all year. An hilarious ride with stacks of replayability. Not For Broadcast is available for about $25 and is worth every single penny in current form, with more updates to come. My friends, the revolution will be televised. Just put the brilliant Jeremy Donaldson as anchor and me in charge of broadcasting it, will you?
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.